this out of the way. Sorry for the grunting. There you go. And I don't have a battery in my light. 1 moment, please. Buffering. Buffering. All right, here we go. Ooh, this is going to be a short one. Move this over. Apparently, incompetently. That's it. Sammy, what are you doing? 20. We'll do 20. What's up? Welcome. Oh, wow. Woo. Damn. I just pinched that fuck on my finger. Well, that's a good lesson learned. Ooh, that was painful. You know, we gotta go 10 first. Sorry, 1 moment, please. Until people join, I end up talking to my dog. She loves it. I don't know if she understands it though. Happy Friday. I'm so glad it's the weekend coming up. Tala, what's up? Welcome back. Just get, whoa, what in the world? That was a lot. Clear content. All right. User in timeout. See ya. I'm good, Tala. How are you? Is it Friday by you? Okay. What did you say? You were from, what was it? Not Belarus. I cannot remember. Sorry. How's everybody doing? Double tap the stream if you would. That'd be awesome. Happy Friday. Just getting in a relatively quick chest workout. Shoulders are feeling good. Tendonitis isn't too bad lately. Tunisia. That's right. Sorry. So this one's not going to be crazy long. Damien. All right. It's not funny. Do something productive with your life and don't be miserable. Just getting a chest workout in. My dog is chasing her ball all around the garage. Goal here is on the way down. Nice and easy. Don't be dropping the weight. Open the chest up really wide. Nice contraction. I have to be especially careful. If you're joining and you've been here before, you know that I've got pretty bad rotator cuffs and tendonitis. And so I have to be especially careful. I injured my left rotator cuff a few weeks ago. And it's been a whole thing to get it back into working order, more or less. My right rotator cuff is bad from baseball. So all that to say, my chest training has to be a little bit modified, unfortunately. Welcome to the stream. If you haven't liked it already, that would be awesome if you would. Not a requirement, but double tap the screen. Whoa, sorry about that. Hopefully it's not too loud. Double tap the screen if you're feeling it. It is Friday. I think a lot of people love Friday, myself included. And so we're just getting a quick workout in before I get dinner on. And then we're going to do a workout, or not a workout, what am I saying? A live stream, guitar live stream later. So. Sammy, what you doing? If you're chilling in here, say hello in the chat. Double tap the screen. Left shoulder's feeling good though. All right. Whew. Beautiful, wonderful. I wish you happiness from my heart. I don't know Tunisia a lot, Tala. I'm not super familiar with it, to be honest with you. Sure, it's a nice place to be, though. What's up, Din Ghost? Hey, my dyslexia is kicking in with your username. How you doing, man? USA, yes, that is correct. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Say hello in the chat. Tell me how your Friday was, or Saturday. If you're, I guess there are some places in the world where it might be Saturday already. Plan for tonight is I'm getting a quick workout in, probably chest and back. Hams are still sore from Monday's workout, which is pretty wild. Have a good one, Tal. And so getting a chest and back workout in. We did arms yesterday. That felt pretty good. And then later, I'm going to have dinner, and I'm prepping for a big barbecue party tomorrow. And so I will be doing a guitar live stream as well. Oh, wow. Look at that. About almost half of you would actually come to my barbecue. That's interesting. Interesting. Keep the shoulder blades back. Get a good stretch on the pecs here. That's what we're targeting. Try to push with the chest, and I will do my best to avoid getting injured. I've had a headache all day long. I woke up this morning and felt like I drank too much last night, even though I had nothing to drink. So that is how it is. Sometimes roll with it. But unfortunately, when you're doing stuff like this and you're straining, blood pressure rises, headache gets a little bit worse, but what you gonna do? Man, quiet crowd in here tonight. Kind of surprised because it's pretty much the weekend for a bunch of people. Maybe on the West Coast, people are not quite done with work yet. Zach, you're welcome to contribute a helpful critique if you'd like, but this is my workout, not yours. You're welcome to live stream yours though. I do what I want, so we usually jump in here, have some good dialogue. We've talked a lot about fat loss strategies, dieting, stuff like that, and then yeah, getting workout in between. All right, cool. See you, big guy. All right. Woo. Whew. Wow. All right. What up, Hades? Welcome, welcome. It's been a interesting crew in here so far. I think we've had as many people put in timeout as we've had people comment. What's up, Devi? Welcome back. Yeah, see, once I get the regulars in here, the conversation gets a whole lot better. But it's usually like the first 10 minutes of the stream. Um, what's Hood on 5 Crips? What's up, True? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, usually the first few minutes of the stream is just odd trolls doing confusing things with their lives. So. Welcome to the stream. Double tap it if you haven't already. I see we're at, wow. Debbie, I did. I listened to, what was the song name? Uh, it was the second most popular one on Apple Music by Ethan Chapin. Oh, sorry to hear that, Hades. It was awesome. I love the vibe, Debbie. It's a good one. Have not yet learned any of that on guitar. Trying to be nice to the shoulders to round off the week. Planning on a guitar stream later, but I've had a splitting headache all day. So we'll see. Nope. That's it. Whew, man, that is grody. Get on it. Nice. Oh man, I need water. I have something better than water, Debbie. I have non-zero Gatorade, which is good for the electrolytes. And it's all good, Hades. When you're sick, it's just best to chill as much as possible. Try to recover and get back to it. I know a lot of the social media stuff is grind set, bro. You know, but there's probably a little bit more. There's a time for grinding. You know, doing something you don't want to do. I'm a water girl. Yeah, I know a lot of people are. They got their Stanleys. I do drink water, but probably not a lot, to be honest. I don't know, maybe 32 ounces in a day, something like that, which is not the worst. But when I'm sweating a lot, I got to have more than water. I got to have some electrolyte replacement, which is why I use these small things of Gatorade, so I'm not chugging down a crap ton of calories, but it's still a little bit of salt replacement. So, but you know what? Everyone's got their preferences. What's up, Grant Lane? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Oof, we're just getting a chest workout in. Trying to be kind of my rotator cuffs here. I wish I could bench press, but that's not happening. No. Man, we're gonna do one more set and drop the weight by probably 2.5. Might go to Maine this week. I drink hot water at night. Ooh, interesting. Is that like a relaxation thing? What's the rationale? I like it. Hades, Maine sounds awesome. I've never been up there. At some point, it is on my bucket list. I had friends who really loved Maine, called it God's country up there, and it'd be cool to go camping up there. Storming here. Grant, those were 15s. So a lot of the people that have been on the chat for a while, they're going to get sick of hearing this. But my rotator cuffs are super bad, especially my left one. I injured that one about 8 weeks ago. So I'm still rehabbing that. So I have to be really careful with my chest movements. I don't bench press anymore right now. And so I'm kind of stuck doing deficit push-ups. And then this is the first time I've done flies in a long time. So putting 15s, getting a really good stretch, control that eccentric, and then give it a good concentric. So that's the method. I say it's really good for your teeth, and just you better drink hot water at like not boiling, but just hot. Interesting. Wow, I'm surprised. 17 people have voted. Only 4 likes in the stream. What is up with that? 17 people have voted, and 2/3 of you would show up to my barbecue if I invited you. That's awesome. I guess more people are willing to I don't know, make stranger friends than I thought there would be. Alternatively, because it's a hypothetical, it could just be that it is a completely fictional proposition, so more people are more willing to say yes. Who knows? Not exactly a scientific experiment. All right. Yeah, it's probably a good call. I think the world's gotten a little bit more attuned to spreading sickness since COVID, which is probably a good thing. And yeah, probably best not to share. That's for sure. Normally, I would do lat pull down. Oh, maybe we should do lat prayers, actually. Let's do lat prayers. I haven't done that in a while. And so we'll do that. If you haven't liked the stream already, just double tap it. That'd be awesome. It's free for you, as far as I know. Last I've been told. I'm just getting geared up for lat pull down, or lat prayers, rather. And then we're gonna keep it rolling. From last to first, I'm hungry. Invite me to that barbecue. Yeah, for real. I'm hungry too. I have steak that I'm doing tonight, and then I'm prepping the pork tonight for a 12-hour smoke for the barbecue tomorrow. So super excited for that, and I'm sorry I can't share it with you guys right now. Maybe one day. If this takes off, we can have the eccentric scientist, meet up, and maybe we'll all do a big barbecue together. And once we have enough people subscribed, that might possibly show up. So that'd be nice. All right, let me get this set up so we can see this. If you haven't liked the stream yet, it'd be awesome if you just double tapped. Massive, juicy, thick brown steak with some mashed potatoes and cheese. Sounds like a winner to me. I'm doing a cut of sirloin tonight. I like just usually salt, pepper, and onion powder to get a nice crust on it. Get a good sear with the cast iron, and then probably medium for a sirloin is what I'd want to cook it to. Grant, I don't really talk about the state I'm in, but I'm on the, whoa, that's a little bit light there. Eastern USA. So if we get big, you know, get some people in here and subs and all that, maybe we'll do a test barbecue day. That'd be kind of fun. If you're not familiar with lap prayers, yes, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a nice, not overdone sear. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you. Something that's like a deep golden, maybe a really deep brown. I like it when it's on the edge of like, if you're smelling burnt at all, that's not good on the pan, you know? But if it's, let me get strapped in actually. If it's kind of a deep golden color, that's where it's at, in my opinion. Let me grab straps here for a second. Give me half a second here to get geared up for this. What do you guys like to eat? Seems like last to first like steak. I know some other regulars in here are vegan. What do you guys like outside of that? Probably don't need straps for lat prayers, but the whole point of straps, using straps, is a lot of people use them if they lift really heavy, and that's awesome, probably maybe the best use case, but I use them because I want to target the singular muscle group. I'm not trying to work on my grip strength when I'm doing back work, but your grip and your forearms and your biceps will give out typically before your back does, so I strap up. I like to eat food. John Doe, I'm with you, man. Deep brown, not too dark, not too light. When I do sear, I leave the cooker because I have to get the sear right. I never leave it. Yes. What kind of method do you use to cook steaks usually? My method is, if I'm doing quick and dirty, it's just cast iron with avocado oil. You have to be more patient with that because it'll take longer to get the right doneness and all that. And then if I'm being real bougie, I'll put it on the pellet grill, offset pellet grill, until it's about 125 degrees, and then put it on really hot cast iron for a reverse sear. I've been training for 1 year, just over 1 year. I've trained off and on, but not consistently. I've only been consistently training for a year, so that's kind of what I say, really. All right, we'll get a good stretch in here. With lat prayers, I like to kind of bring my chest up a little bit on the concentric because I get a really good squeeze in my lats, and then chest down for the eccentric because you get a really good stretch in your lats that way. Ugh. It's just a warm up and it's feeling roady already. If you haven't subscribed and you're feeling like catching more workout streams, every once in a while we'll do a guitar stream. Doing one tonight as I'm watching the smoker, or getting everything prepped rather. I'll be starting it middle of the morning this morning. So that's just a warm-up set. We'll get back to it. At home I make them in an iron skillet. Yeah, I do 30 minutes of slow cook. Wow, 30 minutes. Nice. Yeah, that's the way to do it. You know, I saw there is some guy that used to be like an aerospace engineer or something. And he like quit his job and loved to do food, and so he got into like really specific things about food, you know, Maillard reaction and stuff like that. And he did a little experiment about the idea of, do you put the steak on one side and you do the Gordon Ramsay flip it once and only once, or do you flip it multiple times during the cook? And he found that if he flipped a steak every 30 seconds, he eventually accumulated a crust, that sear, that was slightly better than just leaving it on one side and the other side. But another thing that was good about the flip it a lot was that the cook was really even. So you could see once you cut through it, it was this really even distribution of the doneness, and then you had the crust. Whereas with the flip it once, had a little bit less good crust, and it was not as evenly cooked through. So take that for what it's worth. That's kind of geeky food science, I guess, but kind of fun if you're into it. If I'm at the farm, it's a whole different thing. What do you do at the farm? What's the you harvest the cow while you're at the farm? Is that? Yeah, I'm with you. Great. Sometimes I can't get this strap going. Oh, hang on. Got some good butter in the pan. Then put my steak and I'll add into salt, fresh garlic, and making a consistent butter-based steak and get a nice crust going. And I flip it and repeat the process. Man, that sounds golden. Never leave the cooker. Yeah, I mean, take some attentiveness. Because I have a auger, electronic auger-based smoker, I do leave the smoker, but I wake up typically about every hour during the cook to check on it. So that's my method, anyways. All right, this will be the first working set here. Back's feeling good. Trying to just drag my elbows behind me. One more. Woo. The goal this week is 3 reps in reserve, so trying to get the progression going. What is the barbecue? Oh, when? Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's gonna be a good one. Man, I really want to go to other people's homes and just eat. Yep. Hades, everybody. It's gonna be a fun one. I think we got about 30 people that have RSVP'd. So I have how much? Raw weight for pork, I have almost 30 pounds of raw weight pork. So I wanted to account for about half a pound per person. Sorry, I'm out of breath here. Half a pound per person, cooked weight. So that's usually quite a bit different than raw weight. So that's the goal. But yeah, 30 people is gonna be hopping. All right. Debbie, I might be far away. I'm Eastern US, 30 pounds. It is. It's two different Boston butts. One is way bigger than the other. One's like 16 pounds. It's the biggest Boston butt I've ever had to deal with. And then the other one, or I guess maybe it's closer to 25 pounds of raw weight, but still, Illinois. I'm a Midwesterner at heart. So, do you like Illinois? I don't usually give out personal details, but I'm from a state that is supposed to very much dislike Illinois. However, I I don't. Maybe a little bit. I don't live there anymore though, so don't really have a dog in the fight anymore. Nope. That's it. I'll drop the weight for the next one. My goal was a 40-minute workout, so I got another 9 minutes, and then I'm gonna kick it to make some dinner. One, why am I on YouTube? Lots of mean people, lots of nice people. That's a good question. Not really sure why I'm on YouTube. One day I was um, scrolling through YouTube Shorts, and I didn't realize, but like once you scroll long enough, it'll kick you to the live side. And then I started watching live stuff, and then I realized that most of what I was seeing was absolutely mind-blowingly weird. Uh, and then a few weeks later, I was finishing up a workout doing deficit push-ups, and I was like, what the heck? Threw my phone down on the ground, started doing the last couple sets of the deficit push-ups, and like 50 people joined up, and it tapered down as it usually does. But yeah, a bunch of people joined up. It was really fun, and then I've pretty much streamed ever since. I've enjoyed I've tried to keep it pretty positive in here, kick out the trolls pretty quickly, and then try to keep it positive. And depending on the day and how chatty people are feeling, we'll ask questions. I'll give my opinion. People in the chat will give their opinion. We talk a lot about fitness stuff, fat loss phases, dieting strategies, behavioral psychology, stuff like that. So, what kind of scientist am I? Let me get this set in, and we'll talk about scientists and UFOs. I didn't change the weight. Oh well. The goal is to get at least 5 reps in for every set that I do. Between 5 and 30, possibly more than 30, is considered an appropriate range for hypertrophy-based training. There we go. Yeah, so scientist. I'm a scientist in the genetic sciences, so DNA stuff. I work on instruments that sequence DNA all the way from research-based stuff where, maybe a lab is scraping clamshells and trying to sequence their DNA for research purposes, all the way to instruments that use sequencing to sequence potentially cancerous tumors. So, or either the tumor cells themselves or taking a blood sample from a patient and running it on the instrument and see if there's a tumor marker present. And so that's kind of the sequencing side. And then there's something called fragment analysis, which is instead of counting each individual base pair, A, T, C, and G, you're taking a fragment of the DNA and it has a specific length. And doing fragment analysis, you can do things like, again, Fragile X testing is one of them. And then you can do a lot of human identification. So it has crime scene stuff. Last few streams, I've shared some of my crime scene stories. I feel like there's been a pretty good turnover with the crew in here, have the regulars coming in usually, Hades, Debbie. But I might tell the stories again if we get another crew that's interested. I got some interesting stories from the crime labs I've been in the sheriff's departments. Epigenetics, where will we live in 400 years? Yeah, so I'm not a research scientist, so a lot of those specifics about genetics itself would be a bit lost on me. I was trained as a biologist, so yes, in some ways, I am familiar with epigenetics, but that's also an incredibly complicated field. And so I don't have a huge knowledge base for epigenetics, just to be totally honest. I've seen some pretty weird comments on test lives. Yes, that's true. If you ever see any, just call them out. As for the UFOs, I wish I could say yes. I have never personally seen a UFO, or as they are more appropriately dubbed, UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. I guess is the new term to try to, I don't know, run a different psychological operation on public opinion and hope that people don't think UFO seers are crazy. So I've seen UFOs, UAPs. I want to hear that story. I am open to the idea that they exist, and I would love to hear about it. Tell me about it. Where did you see it? When did you see it? And what did you see? And what did you do after? What was your initial reaction to realizing you saw a UAP? If you're chilling and you haven't liked the stream yet, go ahead, just double tap the screen. That'd be awesome. And if you want to catch more, subscribe to the channel. Just hit the sub button. I go live pretty regularly, so if you turn on notifications, that would help. Okay. All right. Man. My dad said he saw one in Mexico late 1990s. Sick. That's cool. Yeah. I wonder how many of us have seen one but didn't realize it, you know? Like I was always told all the flying stuff that you couldn't explain in the sky was just satellites, and I think probably for the vast majority of cases that's true. But it's you know, don't want to necessarily rule out the potential that there are actually UFOs out there. Ooh. We got a couple minutes left here. Gonna kick it for some dinner soon. Around 2015, floating platform with my dad. It was moving, but with zero sound being emitted. It was moving, but moving like it was in fluid. Floating above an apartment. That is amazing. That's super cool. I'd love to see one day. 700 meters away from us. Okay. Interesting. There's some some of the whistleblowers are interesting recently that have testified in Congress. Probably a little bit of some of them don't seem quite as credible, but some of them absolutely do. And there's some pretty crazy stories out there of people that actually are willing to go on the record and testify about it. So it was triangular in shape. See the underside of it. Well, you saw the underside of it from that far away. Interesting. Was it, about how high was it? Huh. 3 lights underneath every vertice. Curious. Was this in the US? You might have said, but I can't, I didn't scroll back. Appreciate that, Hades. Seems like it's been a little bit lighter of a crew today, which is okay. Just getting a quick quick stream in. We'll get a longer, probably guitar stream in later tonight. It was in Africa. Awesome. Very interesting. 2015. I think part of the problem with UFOs and UAPs and all that, like is in terms of public perception, is that um, I have no doubt that there are stories that are genuine from people. They're genuine and misconstrued. Like they saw something, they relayed something they thought they saw, but they were just mistaken in what it was. I think that's one case. Then the other case is they were genuine and they did see what they thought they saw, which was a UFO. Um, but I think part of the issue around the public narrative is probably that there are people that try to lie about it, and they're not being genuine. They're trying to be deceptive or um, theatrical about it, and it lends less credence to the idea when people are found out to be just straight up lying about it. So it's unfortunate, but a reality. Lights around it went bright, super dull lights. My dad was spooked and saw that. I never had seen anything like it. That's really amazing. Super slow with zero sound. That's cool. One day I hope to see a UAP. That'd be pretty sick. It'd be awesome. I think part of the reason I struggle with the idea of UFOs, UAPs, aliens, yada yada, that whole sphere, is that out of all of the technology that we have currently, out of everyone having a crazy high resolution camera in their pocket now with iPhones and Androids and everything else, how is it that we've never captured like a decent video of these things? I think one of the most credible data-driven captures might be, the Lieutenant Fravers, the Tic Tac. Um, that's kind of based off of his role. Should lend some credibility, although not always. And then there are some other radar-related data out there that are very interesting. Around 7 p.m. in Africa in 2015. That's super cool. Yes, Reddit is full of them, and I'm inclined to believe that most of Reddit is probably not the place to get legit UFO sighting. I would just like to see more data about it. Essentially, it's not to say that the stuff posted there isn't true, but I just find it hard to believe that we can't seem to verify it. Um, yeah, I want to see like multiple multiple viewpoint, high resolution videos of it. That'd be great. And if there was telemetry data associated with it, that would also be great. But I realize that's not going to be in the hands of civilians. YouTube, and yeah, but the thing we saw was super real and spooky. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I don't know how that's going to work. I guess maybe put it in the chat. I don't know if it'll allow links, to be honest, but you can try. Just make sure there's nothing sketchy. Man, look at that. I've got 23 votes, and 3/4 of you would show up to my barbecue if I invited you. That's pretty sweet. I'm going to have to kick out of here in a minute. Got to get rolling, get the dinner going. Maybe that'll be my next poll question. Do you believe UFOs and UAPs are real? Sounds like a good question. That's kind of janky. Think so, Hades? I think we got somebody sleuthing for UFO links. Okay, let's see. What? One 11-year-old video on your channel? Oh, yes, I did. I did. I privated it because it doesn't go along with the channel. Yeah. Even though it had 500,000 views. 500,000 views, but it has nothing to do with the current channel, so I did. Yeah, I think first, I don't know if that's going to let you post a link. Homestead How UFO Sighting. Is that like a YouTube? Punch that into YouTube. Okay. Cool. I'll have to check that out. Appreciate you dropping that there. I got to close out this live for now. Like I said, I'm going to be jumping on a stream later tonight. Some guitar on the deck. We can hang out, chill for a bit, grab a drink, have a good night. Friday night. Maybe we'll chat more about UFOs. I'll have to look that up. Appreciate that first. Thanks, guys, for joining. I will catch you on the next one. YouTube channel that guy makes videos, but he caught very quick. Cool. All right. I'll check it out. I'll let you know how it goes. Join up on the next one. See you guys.